The beautiful weather in Southern California is ideal for athletes in a lot of different sports. This view of Corona, California has been especially enjoyable for the teams at Santiago High School.
A great place to be in Southern California because basically you're 40 minutes from everywhere. San Diego, the mountains, the beach, you get the best of both worlds, so it's a fantastic place. I think we forget that sometimes, and earlier this year the coach from Oklahoma came out to watch us work out, and as he was leaving, and they got beautiful facilities, he stops and looks and says, "It's unbelievable the scenery you have for a high school setting," and I said, "Well, thank you very much."
If you gaze beyond the fences of the Santiago baseball field, your view of the palm trees may occasionally get interrupted by a home run from Brice Turang. The 6'1" shortstop is one of the highest rated high school prospects in America. Scouts love his speed, his athleticism, and that sweet swing, which is complemented by his outstanding plate discipline.
I always say the tougher the game, the better he gets. I mean, that's just who he is. The game gets bigger, he gets better. But definitely plate awareness, knows the situation, who he's facing. He does his homework ahead of time. He definitely is a student of the game.
Brice is also great defensively, but that wasn't always the case. When he made the varsity team as a freshman, he moved from the outfield to shortstop when the team lost a player to injury. He had a frustrating season with 22 errors. But thanks to his work in the offseason, that number dropped to just 4 in the sophomore campaign, and he keeps getting better.
That was tough, and I know it was tough on him, and I think for him, he wanted to make a point that he's a premier shortstop as well as an anywhere player, and that was something he's definitely made, and he's slowed the game down. I think he's been able to take it and relax and do a good job with it, and he's getting it.
I worked pretty hard on my defense. I didn't take off any hitting time. I just added a lot of defensive time. I was always in there working my hands and getting my hands going and my feet going.
He came to me at the end of the year and he says, "Coach, listen, I want a chance to retain that position." I said, "Absolutely, it's yours to lose. You know, we just got to follow these steps," and he came back better than ever.
I mean, going to 4 errors the next season was probably one of the biggest jumps I've had, and I continued hitting with the stick, so I mean, that's what I got to continue doing.
Brice isn't the only athlete in his family. Far from it, actually. His father, Brian, played in the Seattle Mariners organization in the 1990s. And his mother, Carrie, was a softball star who played in 2 College World Series with Long Beach State. Brice also has 4 older sisters who have all played various sports, from softball to soccer to volleyball at the college level. So while Brice is an outstanding talent now, he spent most of his life just trying to keep up with his sisters.
What got me into baseball is just from when I was 5 years old, going to my sister's games, watching them play softball, play soccer. So I mean, I'm always on the competitive side. I decided I wanted to play baseball, football, and basketball when I was a kid. Well, it's all me being competitive. I always want to win, no matter if it's playing my nephew or my little cousin who's 8 years old and I gotta win. Like, it's just one of those things. So being competitive makes me want to be the best player out there. So of course I'm gonna go out and train. But it also, my family's helped me because we always had that competitive side no matter what. Even if it's us going outside and playing wiffle ball when I was 8 years old. We all want to win no matter what.
That competitive nature has only grown as Brice has gotten older. Whether it's proving himself as a freshman or playing for USA Baseball, Brice always strives to be the best.
The next level, I'm still going to be no matter where I go, I'm still going to be young. So I'm still going to have to contribute. You got to do what you got to do. I mean, if you got to work harder to start, then you got to work harder to start. You have to set a goal. My goal is to be the best player on the field, and it still is to this day. You want to succeed that goal, you got to put in the work for it. So I believe I put in the work for it, and I'm not done yet. I'm not happy with where I've gotten because that's not my goal. But you got to strive for the best.
I think work ethic and the fact that he's humble. I mean, I'll give you a great story. Last year at the area codes, I got a call from a couple scouts saying he just put on a show. You know, I think out of 6 balls, he got to get 5 out. Great. He did that in front of a setting. On his way home, he calls me and says, "Coach, what time are you going to be at the school?" I said, "Camp starts at 5. I'll get there about 3. And I go, "Why?" He goes, "Well, I want to hit on my own." This is after he had just put on something like that. Most guys would go eat and do something else, yet he took it upon himself to go, "You know what, I can do something better." Comes in with nobody there and gets extra BPM. That's the difference in taking that to the next level.
Brice is committed to play at LSU next season, but like many elite baseball prospects, he knows there's a chance he could be selected in this summer's Major League Baseball draft. MLB.com and Baseball America both have Brice as a top 10 overall prospect. Brice says he'll deal with that possibility if it happens, though he's just looking forward to playing in the SEC.
If there's a professional team who wants me, I mean, It all depends, but I'm really excited for college. I want to get my education, but God blessed me with the skills, and if He wants me to go play professional ball, that will happen. But college is definitely on the high of my list. LSU's so sweet. The baseball facility is awesome. The fans are great. The coaching staff is really cool. I like the coaching staff. They're awesome. Coach Maneri, he's a great guy. Their school is beautiful, so I like it out there, and so it just made me want to be able to go out there and experience a life other than 75-degree California, always perfect. So
Whether it's this year or 5 years from now, Brice absolutely wants to be a professional baseball player. And his goals don't stop there either.
my dream isn't to be a pro baseball player, because a lot of people are professional baseball players. My goal is to be in the show and to be the best player in the show. I mean, it's a high set goal because there's amazing athletes out there, and there's people who have the same goals. Some people have the goals just to make it to the show. That's not high enough for me. I want to be the best player in the show. So that's just my work ethic. That's what I want to be, and that's how I got to do it.